Hey diddle diddle, the dog did his piddle. The bull jumped over the moon. The little pig laughed.
Julian!
Oh, Father, I'm so...
You do realize that I'm still on the line.
I thought you put me on hold. You had another call.
I'll put you on permanent hold if you don't pull yourself together.
Oh, now that Luis knows about Ethan and Teresa, I think I'm allowed to celebrate a small triumph.
Very small.
But you want to minimize the happy fact that Luis is bound to forbid Teresa from ever seeing Ethan again?
Well, I hope you're right, Julian.
More to the point, you'd better hope you're right.
It's a fait accompli, mon papa. Teresa is effectively out of the way. Gwen will marry Ethan. All the mergers we had to keep on ice will go forward, and the Crane fortune will double overnight.
Well, Wall Street will react, there's no doubt. I'm still skeptical that Teresa is effectively out of the way, as you so eloquently put it.
Believe me, Father, Rebecca came up with a killer way to tell Luis about Teresa and Ethan's involvement. We dropped a real bomb on the Lopez Fitzgerald house. And the little pig laughed. See such fun. And the dish ran away with Pat Boone.
He doesn't trust you.
Eavesdropping as usual,
And I am appalled at the way you are trying to manipulate Ethan.
Are you really?
Just when I think you couldn't possibly drop any lower.
I'm simply doing what's best for my son. That's to make certain that he stays the hell away from Teresa Lopez Fitzgerald.
I want my son to be able to make his own choice. To marry the woman he truly loves.
How pathetically bourgeois, not to mention utterly impractical. Ethan is just going to have to finally accept his responsibility as a Crane and do what's right for this family. He is, after all, my son.
Ethan!
Anything the matter, son?
You look pale.
I just came from Teresa's house. When Luis was there, we had a confrontation.
Really?
What is that on your face, a bruise?
Look how physical did it.
I didn't want it to, believe me.
Do you need to see a doctor?
No, Mother, I'm fine, really. It's nothing. It shouldn't have happened, and it wouldn't have happened if Luis hadn't have mouthed off.
Oh, what did he say?
He accused me of trying to buy Teresa, of not having true feelings for her, and that I only cared about myself.
That's preposterous. You are a very feeling man, very concerned about other people, and I know whatever your feelings are for Teresa, however you regard her, I know your feelings are genuine.
Well, I hate to bring this up, but Sheridan was also certain her feelings for Luis were genuine, and look what happened to her.
And I hate that you did bring it up, Julian. How incredibly insensitive.
I am just saying that mixing out of one's class can be very tricky, and Ethan should watch himself. He should learn from his aunt's terrible tragedy. Wouldn't want anything to happen to my favorite son.
How can you even say something like that, Julian, to compare Sheridan's death with what Ethan is going
I didn't mean to compare. I think you misunderstood, Ivy. I'm simply trying to impress upon our son what can happen if he doesn't listen to older, wiser heads. You see, Father and I both advised Sheridan to stay away from Louise, but she wouldn't listen to us.
Sheridan was her own woman. And you and Grandfather shouldn't have kept telling Sheridan what to do. Instead, you just kept nagging her.
Nobody's nagging. We told the truth. And that's what I'm hoping you'll come to realize, that we're telling you the truth, that we're on your side.
My side.
I hope that after what happened at the Lopez Fitzgerald house earlier tonight, you're finally convinced that you cannot marry Teresa. It would be an ill-fated union, producing nothing but aggravation and pain. And if you do love her...
Well, how many times do I have to say it? I do love Teresa.
Then do what's best for her. The poor girl would be lost without her family.
Don't you think I know that?
If you do, then you also know how much heartache and pain would be visited upon all of us if you did marry Teresa.
If I were the cause of Teresa losing her family, I couldn't live with myself. That's why I won't do it. can't.
Of course you can't. You made the right decision, son. It would be terrible to tear apart the Lopez Fitzgerald household.
Stop pressing him, Julian.
Oh, I wasn't aware that I was. Julian Crane. Yes. Huh? Yeah, well, I'll be right there.
What's wrong?
Oh, nothing. Small problem with Sheridan's grave. Not to worry, I'll handle it. I have an idea. Why don't you call Gwen? Have her come over. I'm sure that you two have a lot to talk about.
It'll take half the night to fill this up.
Hello?
Who's there?
Julian Crane.
Bloody hell. He sees me here near Sheridan's grave, he'll tell Alistair, and he'll know I had something to do with this.
I got a phone call.
I've got to get out of here.
Now, would you care to explain exactly what happened?
Well, I didn't see it, but where'd she go?
Who?
Well, it seems they were grave robbers, but they run off.
Probably trying to steal my sister's jewels. Filthy scavengers.
What now, Tubby? How did Timmy and Tubby get out of here?
Well, if I work straight through, I should get this filled by sunup.
Ah, that won't do.
I have a bad back.
No, you'll have ample time to rest it. I'm going to make sure that no one ever gets to my sister's grave again. Instead of filling the hole with dirt, I've ordered a cement truck. Should be here momentarily.
I guess that'll keep people from poking around the grave.
Yes, well, I hope so. The least I can do is make certain that my sister's long sleep is undisturbed.